5 weeks come and gone, and we're off in week 6 on EA Sports. And this will be a touchback, so we're going to need our first snap to see the first action of this game. So their offense out now to get this game started. It's 1st and 10. Putting a receiver in motion. They go play action on first. He's on the move. Oh, he was on the move, but so was the defense, and they take him down. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
Kate, we're one snap in, and already this defense has potentially killed this opening drive. And remember how valuable every possession is in the NFL. Talk about setting an immediate tone by this defense.
After the sack, another pass on 2nd down. Finds a seam down the middle. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. It's a 30-yard play, Brock, and they've got a fresh set of downs. 1st and 10, looking to throw. Caught, nice gain left side. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. He brings the offense up now for a 1st and 10. Back now, pressure on its way. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete.
Defense doubled him, knowing that was where the pass was likely headed. A bit surprising. Quarterback still threw in that direction with how well that defense had that play covered.
2nd and 10 now. That's brought in by Miller. And they will take this into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. The Ravens drop 80-plus yards and take a 6-0 lead. So a touchdown on the board for them, Brock, as they start this game off a perfect 1-for-1 offensively.
Yeah, I'm going to call that scripting for success right there. Can't do it much better than that. And listen, when you script these first plays, you don't always know who the targets are going to be. It's really then relying upon what the defense is trying to take away. They couldn't take away that big old tight end.
The Ravens kicking team is ready, and they're going to send this one away. And it bounces out of the end zone, so they'll set up shop at the 30. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And he gets leveled just before he reaches the marker, and that hit prevents a 1st down.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid game, but it's also a run that you know, and you may come back to. Because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you really break the backs of the defense.
And a bit of deja vu as they stop him at the line once again.
So often we talk about the individual having to move on to the next play. Well, that was a perfect picture of the collective. That defense staring down 2nd and 1 rose to the occasion collectively.
And he's downed after getting this up to the 41. It's a meager 2-yard gain, but that's enough to award them the 1st down.
Win the early battle. Get a little leverage. Low man wins off the line, and that's all that was needed to ensure that 1st down right there.
Going to the ground again on 1st. And they're on him after about a 2-yard gain. Stopped by one of the league's best tacklers, Roquan Smith. He gets a couple on 1st, and they'll come up 2nd and 8. From the 42. His first throw is an interception. And the Ravens get the football as he makes his 3rd interception of this season. Well, for their sake, partner, I sure hope the rest of their pass attempts this game go a whole lot better than that because it is pretty clear this defense came to play.
And I can promise you this, Kate, nowhere on that opening script does the word interception ever appear. You never want to see an INT. Now they're going to have to flush it. That's the key here for this quarterback in the offense. Got to flush that mistake and press on ahead.
Let's go now.
Play action on first down. Makes the grab in bounds left side. How about a big hitter, 30-40 yards there and a new set of downs.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains, there wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
From the red zone now. He brings it in. And he drives this forward to the 6.
It's not just imperative that a quarterback knows man or zone. Same thing for a receiver, especially on a drag route. When he sees zone coverage like that, just settle down, find the soft spot, and give your quarterback a chance.
Handoff on second and short. And that hit stops him in his tracks. No gain on second down, and they need 2 here on third. They'll try and throw it here. The back grabs it. Touchdown, Baltimore. So, Brock, this offense looking sharp here in the first half as they extend their lead.
You know, and when things are going well, sometimes you really just get into a groove. And this is a unit that's putting the pieces together.
That one right down the middle. And the Ravens drive out to an early 14-0 lead. The Ravens kicking team is ready, and they're going to send this one away. From his own end zone, here we go. Big shot at the end of that return as he gets it just past the 20. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10.
Here we go. Here we go. Go.
Handoff to the back. And they've got him behind the line for a big loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
That'll be the end of one in this AFC North battle. It's a 2-score game early. More from Acrisure Stadium after the break. Second quarter, all queued up and ready to go. It's Steeler football. They have second down behind the sticks. Man in motion here. Here's the pistol snap to May. This one is tipped away and incomplete. Good positioning to make a play on it. That forces third down.
Well, the pressure, boy, that sped that whole play up, and it opened up a wide range of outcomes. A hurried throw almost ended up an interception. And that wasn't until after they almost brought him down behind the line for a sack.
Here we go. Sack.
Now May on 3rd and long. Got to him right as he threw it, and it falls to the ground. Looking for his wide receiver there. And now they're staring at 4th and long. The Steelers set to punt it. And this one is kicked up towards the clouds. Calls fair catch and has it inside the 40-yard line. That punt goes unanswered. No return there. And the Ravens will go on offense. New slate of downs to approach here from the 40.
Let's go.
Off the play fake, he'll throw. Wow, wide open here, complete. How about a big hitter. 30, 40 yards there and a new set of downs.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive. Look at the coverage on that play, Kate. I love that. That is textbook defense right there. When the quarterback escapes the pocket, and you got to find somebody. You got to go get sticky on your offensive guy. It's exactly what the secondary did, and it forces the throwaway.
Wilson's got it. And they have this well into the red zone now at the 15. Give them 11 yards, Brock, and a fresh set of downs.
Well, that is pretty darn impeccable timing between the two. They hit a curl route of that length. It takes great anticipation and precision by the quarterback, and the receiver on the other end finishing it, doing his job.
Now here he goes. Oh, he lost the football. Steelers have it, headed the other way. And they limit the damage on the return, but it is still a turnover.
Man, that run was looking so good for him, but you'll see QBs don't always tuck it away like running backs do. That was loose, ball away from his body, and in prime position to be knocked free. That's exactly what happens once that defender catches him downfield.
On first down, they'll run. And it's a nice gain on the run, aided by that broken tackle. Just a little short, but still a 9-yard pickup. That's going to bring up 2nd and 1. Another carry for him. And he's brought down after a tremendous effort just to get a couple of yards. This one goes for 3 yards. And that's a Steelers first down.
Track 60. Let's go now. Check go.
Going play action, May. He lofts it deep left. Brought in inside the 20. One of the game's biggest plays right there as they get the markers reset. So what began at their own 20, Brock, all of a sudden is inside the other 20. It's 1st and 10. And he's able to get this down to the 13. Halfway there on first down, that brings up 2nd and 5.
A humble 5-6 yard gain on the ground. Not a huge gain, not a game-changing play by any means, but one that keeps you on schedule and takes some of the starch out of that front 7.
Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5.
Set. Go.
May now from the gun. Oh, this is getting ugly early. Intercepted again. And the Ravens take over as he records his 10th career INT. Well, Brock, they get an early opportunity here inside the red zone, but nothing comes of it after that interception.
Yeah, no question, Kate. You expect that this won't be the last chance or the last time they get in the red zone. This will, or at least should, be the last chance that it ends in a pick. They're going to take that Microsoft Surface tablet. Everybody is. They're going to pull that play up, and most importantly, going to try to identify what happened so it doesn't happen again.
Only gets a yard there to make it 2nd and 9.
Yeah, that defense was flying to the ball. You see that outside toss. This is a pursuit drill that they work on over and over again. Get to that toss before it can really get started.
They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. He'll throw it. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose, incomplete. Working across the middle, Brock, it is tough for anybody to make plays through all that mess, even when you're the biggest and baddest pass catcher on the roster.
But as a tight end, you're going to be disappointed because that's what you're paid to do. It's one thing for those undersized receivers you talked about. It's another one for these big tight ends. You are paid to make that catch through contact, if you couldn't do it.
Ball and defender arrived at the exact same time there. And they're going to be stuck with a 4th and long. Punt team is on now, and they get this away. Starts the return at the 34. And it ends up a good return for them, up past their own 40. This one returned for 11 yards. And the Steelers will take over possession. From the 44-yard line now, 1st and 10.
Here we go, set. Ready.
On play action, here's May. Hits his running back. And 2 yards is all he's going to get before he's caught. Stopped by one of the league's best tacklers, Roquan Smith.
Kate, I don't know why every once in a while I'll get these little flashbacks, but a little play like that just flashes me back to the preseason, my first preseason, where one of the veteran QBs said, hey, Brock, whatever you do, just find completions.
Let's go.
You will never go broke taking a profit. Go get a completion. They're at a premium in this league.
He's going to try to drop it in deep right. Oh, brother, it's another interception. And the Ravens get the football as he makes his 3rd interception of this season. Okay, Brock, now back-to-back drives where they have picked him off. That's got to be a worrying trend for these coaches who know how integral the passing game is to their game plan and their success.
Those poker players, the best of them, when they figure out a tell, they know exactly how to beat their opponent. This defense right now, they're reading this quarterback like a book.
Now the Ravens are going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. 1 play in, and this drive is already into enemy territory. They go play action here. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. Now we're going to have a timeout taken by Baltimore. It's 2nd. And they still have 1 in their pocket for what's left of this half. Offense to the line for 2nd down.
Buffalo 18. Ready. Set, go.
Another try following the sack. This is reeled in by Wilson. And this one's worked down to the 33 before being stopped.
Kate, when Bill Walsh was implementing the drag route with the 49ers in the 80s, it sounded the same way as it did with Mike Holmgren and me with the Seahawks in the 2000s versus man on a drag route, run away. You see zone coverage, settle down, give your quarterback his numbers, and you can find a completion just like that.
And he's going to be out of bounds. Looks like a yard or 2 short of the 25. That one gains 7. And that'll be 1st down, Baltimore. Shotgun snap, they're going to throw. That is incomplete, down to 13 seconds left. Thought he had a touchdown there. So 2nd down coming up. They are throwing it again. Completed to Flowers. And he's out of bounds inside the red zone, just short of the 15.
Kate, one thing I learned from the late, great Mike Leach is, yeah, the system was called air raid, but it wasn't just attacking downfield. His philosophy, and it played out right there, is you have to attack every inch of the field, both vertically and horizontally, without routes or in route.
And in for the Baltimore touchdown. Well, Brock, not much to say other than the fact that this offense on point. They are just clicking today.
Just rolling. I mean, this is clinic. This is what I call teaching tape. Being well prepared, and more importantly, going out there and executing at a high level.
Extra point attempt coming up. And the kick is good. And the Ravens stretch their lead to 21. Well, Brock, barring the touchback, this kickoff should run out the half, so better make that return good as it's away. Here's Ford on the return. He's hauled down on what is the final play of our first half. That brings us to halftime. We'll get a break as our teams make their adjustments and then return with more of the NFL on EA Sports in just a little bit. Welcome back, everybody. Kate Scott, Brock Heward with you as we're about set to begin the third quarter. The Ravens kicking team is ready, and they're going to send this one away. Here's Ford on the return. He's brought down at what looks like the 24-yard line. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Give now to the running back. It looks like we can call it about 4 yards in the end. Stopped by one of the league's best tacklers, Roquan Smith.
That is just a good, solid run right there. I know, it's pretty basic commentary, but sometimes football can be basic. It keeps you on schedule, that kind of yards per carry, and you move the sticks.
Now he'll throw off the play fake. He's trying to push the field. Really pushing the envelope on 2nd down, but the deep shot doesn't work.
Defensive coaches in the NFL say it all the time. Limit the big play. Keep these guys in front of you. Well, this defense is going to have to stay vigilant because this receiver, he could take the lid off a defense at any time.
May now on 3rd down. And that one's too far in front of them, so now they're facing 4th down.
Can't cover it much better than that. Really well covered, Kate, on that play. There just simply was not a window for him to sneak that throw in.
Defense coming off that incompletion needs one more stop here on 4th.
Here we go.
May throwing for it. He puts some air under a deep throw to the left. And they pick him off again. L'Jarius Sneed with the INT. Oh, man, Brock. Somebody, those other leaders on that sideline, they've got to sit him down and calm him down. 3 consecutive drives now where he's thrown an interception.
Yeah, this defense is just all over him, seeing every throw, anticipating these routes before they're even run. When he's dropping back to throw, and I know this feeling, it's horrible as a quarterback. It feels like there's 20 defenders out there on this defense. I know from the position of the quarterback, Kate, sometimes you hand that ball, you put it in the belly of the running back, and you send him right into the teeth of a buzzsaw. You can feel it from the jump, and that call from the defense, well, it came at the perfect time.
Has it downfield, working the left. 30. He's at the 10. He does it. Touchdown, Baltimore. The Ravens push their lead further to start the half. That score was less about the throw, although it was good, partner, but it was more about getting it to somebody who knew exactly what to do with it.
Well, Kate, it's a good thing the touchdown shows up on both their stat sheets, because sometimes, well, it's quarterback who delivers. And sometimes it's the effort after the catch that really makes the magic happen.
The Ravens kicking team is ready, and they're going to send this one away. Here's Ford on the return. Big lick from the coverage team there, and that's going to stop the return before it can get to the 30. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10.
Let's go. Go.
Trying to shake off the interception. He's looking to throw. He's trying to go deep again. Oh, no, they get him yet again. Broke through the tackle. And the Ravens get it back after a marvelous defensive effort.
You know what this is, Kate? This is the practice field coming to life, really on both sides of the ball. Right, you watch defensive coaches preach all the time, and they work on these returns to get to the near sideline, everybody to get a block. And then for those offensive players to show the effort to go chase that down so it's not a pick six. Yeah, it stinks for the offense, but that was the practice field coming to life for everybody to see.
2nd and 3 now. They're going play action. They left left him wide open. It's complete. And they will take this into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. The Ravens parlay the interception into points. Zay Flowers, the touchdown. That one splits the uprights. And the Ravens grow their lead yet again. The Ravens kicking team is ready, and they're going to send this one away. Here's Ford on the return. He gets popped quickly. Not a nice feeling or a nice return.
Can't happen. Man, that's just something you never, ever see at this level. That's a complete failure of operation, not just by the returner, but the return team in general. And now, instead of getting into your normal offense, you got to find some way, somehow, to dig yourself out of this hole.
They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Back in his own end zone, looking to throw. He's trying another one deep. Big gain downfield. And he flips the field for them before being taken down.
Look at the touch he put on that throw down the field. That was a masterpiece, and he was the artist behind it, laying it in the perfect spot to create the big play.
Fits it through the middle. And they've got him down near the red zone at the 22. They get 20 yards out of the play and move the chains.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him only to drop your hips and cut right inside. Some good work to help reset those chains.
And the defense is all over this one for a big loss.
That offensive line and that O-line coach got to look at those pictures and figure something out, because you cannot let a defensive tackle defeat your block at the point of attack, or you're going to get a negative run time after time.
Back to the line they go. It's 2nd down.
Let's go now.
Operating from the gun. Here's May. He's got it at the 6. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Well, Brock, this one has not been good to them so far, but they are still fighting and able to get in there for 6.
Just a drive that was all about scratching and clawing. As much as anything, Kate, it was just a pride drive to go and get your job done.
That one right down the middle. And the Steelers cut the lead down to a more manageable 28 points. The kicking team out there for the Steelers, and here they go to send it away. And this kick is going to go out of bounds. Oh, my, that's going to place the ball at the 40-yard line.
Ready?
1st and 10 from the 41. Throwing off the play fake here. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
Even though there's a lot of game time left here, Kate, this just feels like a must for the defense. A little bit of desperation. You cannot allow this offense to find the end zone again, in a massive sack on 1st down. That's the right way to begin this series defensively.
Escapes the pocket.
He made something out of that play for them. Everyone's so concerned with defending the pass, they didn't quite keep tabs on what he was doing as a QB, and it gave him just enough room to run.
Defense looking to defend the marker on 3rd down. Back to throw now. Escapes out to the left. Skips it short of his man. That brings up 4th down.
So often, so many of these games in the NFL, well, they come down to a play or two, and 3rd downs are critical. Whether it's in a close game or already out of hand, their coach wants to see them convert those.
Baltimore lined up in punt formation. And he wants to hit his second effort just as well as he hit his first. He broke 50 on his first punt and looks to have done the same here. He has it at the 13. And a big hit on the return to stop him cold. So a change of possession here on the punt. And they'll get ready to go on offense. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10.
Here we go.
Here's the handoff. And he's able to power this forward, but they stop him after 2 yards.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get first downs against the better defenses in this league.
Hits him on the out route. And he'll go down, and we'll say right at the 39-yard line. It's a pickup of 14 yards as the chains reset. 1st down now, ball at the 39-yard line.
Let's go.
Plowing up the middle. And without much room to work, he has a minimal gain on the final play of the 3rd quarter. Thankfully, only 1 quarter to play now. We've reached the end of 3 in this lopsided affair. The Steelers have possession, but this game, pretty one-sided as we start the 4th.
On the set.
2nd down now, 7 to go.
Come on.
Throwing now, off play action. He's going to loft one deep to the left. And we all saw it. Flag came out just before that one fell incomplete. They may still get some big yards out of this one. And it's as we expected, partner. We call it pass interference, so put it at the spot and give them that 1st down.
Set up. Ready.
From the red zone now. Has it in close. And he's able to get it to the 2 before the stop.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on 1st down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for 2nd down. And with 3rd and short in your back pocket, you can get even more aggressive and take.
And that's a Pittsburgh touchdown. He hung in there as long as he could. A lot of quarterbacks would have bailed out. And it was what you talked about, Brock, that courage that kept the chant for the touchdown alive.
Yeah, that touchdown's going to show up on his stat sheet making the catch or the quarterback stat sheet for making the throw. But, hey, can we put some touchdowns up there for the big boys up front? It was their blocking and buying of time for that play that led to the score.
That one splits the uprights. And the Steelers cut the lead by a quarter, down now to 21. The kicking team out there for the Steelers, and here they go to send it away. And he opts not to bring this one out, so they're going to enjoy some good starting field position from the 30. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10.
Go.
Motioning him from the slot right. And he's going to bring it up to the 40-yard line before he's stopped.
It just feels like any time this guy touches the ball, it's a big play waiting to happen. He could be lined up wide or when they use him as a runner. If someone doesn't get a hand on him quick, he's gone.
Off the play fake, he's going to throw. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And that pushes him back. 3rd down coming up.
And right there's the danger, Kate. When you put the ball in the air, how many times do we see these coordinators, when you get a nice run, right, you gain some steam on the ground, you stick with the ground game. They don't. They call the pass, and the defense reacts, and reacts well with a sack.
Third and long for him here. Forced out to his right. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Well, Brock, this substantial deficit sure hasn't toned the edge that this defense is playing with, huh? If anything, feels like they might be getting more aggressive, looking to make some sort of impact play.
And that's because turnovers are really the name of the game for this defense at this point, Kate. That aggressiveness still super welcome, no question. But they know it's not just incompletions, it's taking the ball away that's next.
And a big After the punch, the offense comes out onto the field. And they're going to take over possession. They've got first down from the 31.
Right there, hurt.
Right up the gut. And he's tackled for a short gain. Give him a few yards on that run. It's 2nd and 7.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
Throw came out right as the defense got to him. That's an incomplete pass.
Well, that's one you chalk up to the pressure earning that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target, hit him, altered that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down. Fakes the handoff, now to throw. It's tipped away, and it's going to hit the ground incomplete. Defender winning that rep. That brings up 4th down.
You know, so often we talk about speed offensively, right? We love receivers that can run. Well, that was a perfect example of how speed kills you defensively. A hurried throw, almost an interception. And that wasn't until after they almost brought him down behind the line for a sack. Speed's the difference.
Oh, brother, it's another interception. And the Ravens get the football as he makes his 3rd interception of this season.
That throw has got to be the last we've seen of him this contest. I'm just not sure how they leave him in when the defense is clearly all over whatever he's trying to throw. The amount of frustration he is feeling is only going to lead to additional miscues. Please, for the love of God, take this man out.
And they'll get him down after he gets into the 48. Manages just a yard on first down. Now it's going to be 2nd and 9.
Here we go.
Back to the well again. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
This is one of those situations, Kate, where I watch the body language of the running back because it'd be very easy for him to raise his hands up, look to the sideline in his O-line and go, what am I supposed to do there? There was nothing, no time at all to try and escape and react. Instead, it goes backwards.
They're going to throw it on 3rd and long. Complete beyond the marker. And he's taken down at the 30. That brings us to the 2-minute warning in Pittsburgh. Ravens on their way to their 3rd win of the year. 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Let's go.
A give now from the gun. That's 16 on the pickup. And that's good for a Ravens first down.
Kate, I know you can see that smile on my face as we stand next to each other. Sure, I love that run. But I'm thinking about some great running backs. In fact, Corey Dillon, who created a lot of negative grades on my play sheet because I didn't want to carry out no fake. I wanted to watch the damage he could do like we just saw.
Halfway to the marker. It's 2nd and 5. Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And he's brought down for a loss.
What was supposed to move the chains or at least make 3rd down easier to handle instead? Well, did the exact opposite here, Kate. It now makes this 3rd down a whole lot trickier to figure out.
Oh, they're going to run the option to the short side. And he gets leveled just before he reaches the marker, and that hit prevents a first down.
The difference right there, Kate, between that gain and a big hit for a loss, some really quick decision-making. He made a quick read, saw the running back was going to get hit if he handed it, and he pulls it himself for a positive gain.
And the defense gets there to force a small loss. So the Ravens will fly home with the win.